Welcome to the Short Story Universe. If this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe and click the bell notification button to keep up with the epic comic book content on this channel.
Today, we are diving headfirst into an absolute monster of a phenomenon, Spider-Man: Brand New Day. This film hasn't just succeeded at the box office, it has literally rewritten the modern rules of blockbuster cinema right before our eyes. We're going to unpack exactly how they pulled this off through a complete structural deep dive. Honestly, if you want to understand where the entertainment landscape is heading next, you absolutely have to understand this movie. So let's get into it. To really wrap our heads around the sheer scale of this thing, we got to start with the numbers. $360 million? That was its domestic opening weekend haul. That's not just a big number, that is a historic milestone. It actually beat the domestic opening record previously held by the absolute juggernaut that was Avengers: Endgame, becoming the second fastest film in history to hit these kinds of metrics. Yeah, that doesn't just happen by accident. And it just kept going. Over $1 billion globally. This brilliantly illustrates the movie's completely unstoppable momentum, because it hit that $1.05 billion mark across the globe in just 6 days. 6 days! And you know what's even crazier about that figure? It achieved that mind-blowing number without even needing an IMAX window on its opening weekend. It entirely dominated the global box office, relying on standard screens alone. But here is where things get really, really interesting. Despite those massive financial wins, the reviews paint a slightly different picture. Both critics and everyday audiences are describing the film using this exact, kind of conflicted phrase, fun yet flawed. They're totally acknowledging that, yeah, there are pacing hitches. There are narrative flaws in there. It's by no means a perfect piece of cinema by traditional critical standards. And yet, people are turning out in absolute droves. So, it begs the billion-dollar question, right? This is the central mystery of our explainer today. How exactly does a movie widely labeled as flawed cross the billion-dollar mark in under a week? Especially right now, in an era where other massive blockbusters are struggling to even break even. Well, the secret sauce here isn't just a bunch of nostalgic cameos, and it is definitely not another multiversal gimmick. To find the real answer, we actually have to look at what this film intentionally avoided. To figure out why this movie worked so well, we first gotta look at what recent comic book movies have been getting so fundamentally wrong. They keep falling into this cinematic pitfall. When everything in your story is multiversal or cosmic, it results in zero real consequences. Think about it for a second. If there are infinite versions of every single character running around, or if there's always some cosmic reset button waiting to be pushed, then death and sacrifice lose absolutely all of their impact. It entirely strips away the emotional weight that makes us actually care about the humans on screen. You can spot a movie caught in this trap pretty easily. Just look for a few trademark symptoms. You've got the endless CGI sky beams shooting up into the clouds. You've got these supposedly world-ending stakes that ironically feel completely weightless to the viewer. And of course, the sprawling digital army battles where nobody in the theater actually cares who wins. When you let these symptoms dominate your third act, apathy sets in. The audience just totally tunes out because the massive visual spectacle is missing a human anchor. So how did Brand New Day fix this? Simple. They shifted the focus entirely back to the human element. Now, the movie is inherently a must-see event because it connects to huge tentpoles, like Doctor Strange's spell from No Way Home and the upcoming threats of Doomsday and Secret Wars. But instead of just leaning on upcoming Avengers lore lectures to sell tickets, look at how brilliantly they utilize those elements. They take these looming cosmic threats and they press them directly onto Peter's personal life. The film uses his mutating powers and his profound sense of isolation to drive the narrative. It treats all that massive lore as heavy emotional baggage for Peter, rather than just throwing in cheap fan service. It perfectly highlights the core difference between the two styles of modern storytelling. On one hand, you have cosmic stakes. Will the universe blow up? We've seen it 100 times, right? But on the other hand, you have human stakes. Will Peter survive watching the people he deeply loves live completely happy lives without him? Remember, Peter Parker starts this movie completely alone. By swapping out those apocalyptic CGI threats for irreversible personal trauma, profound loneliness, and the agonizing price of duty, the movie builds a deeply empathetic anchor for the viewer. Now, the heavy emotional stuff wasn't just in the script. It was actually masterfully baked right into the visual aesthetic by director Destin Daniel Cretton. He knew he had to cure a very specific industry disease, visual fatigue. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that muddy, gray, flat visual palette that relies way too much on washed-out green screen tinting. Today's audiences are actively loudly complaining about this. We are tired of looking at flat, weightless CGI slop. Brand New Day deliberately went after that problem frame by frame, proving that color grading absolutely makes or breaks audience engagement. Destin Daniel Cretton brought in this distinct visual energy that gives the movie a true comic book pop, while still keeping a gritty, grounded reality. They went hard on vibrant, high-contrast visual grading. They leaned heavily into rich, deep blacks across the New York City streets. They made sure the suit textures felt tactile and practical. But most importantly, they actually preserved physical weight in the action scenes, totally abandoning that floaty, green screen feel that plagues so many recent releases. When you take all of this data and step back, it's clear this billion-dollar case study has essentially handed the entertainment industry a brand new paradigm. The old formula, the one that is currently failing spectacularly at the box office, relies on boring stories mashed up with CGI slop. But the new blueprint, the one proven by Brand New Day, relies on pure, street-level stakes paired with wonderful, high-contrast 4K visuals. This film proves unequivocally that audiences will show up for genuine character attachment and striking visuals over mindless digital armies every single time. So, I'm gonna leave you with this final thought to chew on as we wrap up this explainer. Spider-Man Brand New Day is the new blueprint. The code to the billion-dollar box office has literally been rewritten right in front of us. How are other studios going to adapt to this new reality? Are they going to pivot back to human stakes and tactile visuals, or will they just stubbornly keep falling into the multiverse bloat trap? I guess only time and the box office receipts will tell.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment below. Hit that like button. It helps the channel more than you know. You can help this video go viral by simply sharing it. Subscribe to this comic book channel for more deep dives into original comic book stories and everything in between. Click the bell icon so you'll never miss when a new video drops. You know you totally enjoyed the video, so hype it up. Let's go. Want to support this channel directly? The PayPal link is down in the description and on the homepage. It helps with creating more epic comic book content for this channel. Reminder, a new short story universe video is coming soon. Stay creative, keep imagining, and remember that every story is a short story.